Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
We are back with another NCIS Season 17, Episode 10 update because thankfully the fine folks over at CBS have released some more information and we're going to go through a little bit. We got, there's a photo. I don't really think there's anything that's spoilery in the photo. It's just Ziva with a lot of members of the team, and we already knew Ziva would be back.
Still nice to see.
It's nice to see, and we know officially the title now, which is the North Pole, which was as it was kind of previously suggested. And we also have a synopsis and guest cast, and there's some interesting stuff to go through there. So buckle up, we're taking a trip to Ziva Town.
Yes!
Before we talk about anything else, though, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. Hopefully, next week, they'll release a promo for this episode.
Yeah, I assumed it would probably be a little bit closer to the date. But yeah.
Maybe CBS will give us an early Christmas gift, but no matter when it is, we'll watch the video, and if we have some good stuff to break down, we'll come back and talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so the one thing I did notice in the photo is that Ziva was around the team, and everyone was kind of in their NCIS gear, but she was not.
No.
So a little bit of my hope that she could possibly come back to the team. It's still out there in the universe. I'm not saying as a full-time member or anything like that. I've said before I want her to kind of come back here and there, almost like for now where we see him, a few times a year, that she'd be brought in for some specialty type cases. That is not happening yet.
There's still time.
There is still time.
There's still hope. I mean, the important thing is that we know that the first episode of the new year, January 7th, also going to feature Ziva.
Yeah. And
so that may be where we get a better sense of everything, because I'm sure that Stephen Frank probably sort of arced everything out and was sort of like, okay, this is where we want to go with Ziva by the end of the 4th episode. Let's try to find a way to make it happen. What we know right now, though, is that according to the synopsis, Ziva is back because she needs the NCIS's team's help in resolving that one last thing that she has to do before she has her reunion, presumably with Tony and Tali.
Yeah.
So what is that one thing? That's the real mystery now.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried to think about it a little bit, and I wonder if the person that they ended up getting as Sahar is maybe not the main person that she needs to get. Maybe there are some other loose ends around her. Maybe she's not, I've seen online, not the real Sahar that's been floating around out there. I've also seen some theories out there from you guys saying that maybe Sahar is Sarah because the letters all switch around into the same different names, which I think is very interesting. I like that. It's a tinfoil hat theory right there, and I like it. I'm here for it.
Okay.
I don't think she is, but I still think that Sarah is some sort of a spy, and I think that she is some sort of a spy for Ziva. It just feels like too much of a coincidence that she just happened to come and happened to be across the street from Gibbs, and now her kid is like involved in his life, and she's kind of not around, but maybe she's spying on him for Ziva just to make sure he's okay.
The one thing that I do really love about this whole idea is I picture Sarah in my head being like to Phineas, hey, go break that guy's window.
No, I don't
set the ball in motion.
I don't think that he's involved.
I don't,
but
well.
I think that she may be. That it's more of a, it's not like that it's more of a, just a watching, making sure that he's all right. If anything goes down, call up Ziva. Hey, this is happening.
I am all over the place with the Sarah and Phineas stuff. And I mean, we're talking about this mostly because Sarah and Phineas are listed as being in this episode. So they're obviously going to have a role somewhat. I mean, I've thought a lot about is Sarah a spy for Ziva, or is she working with the bad people? And is she actually like nefarious on some level? And she's like keeping tabs, and maybe it turns out that she is Sahar, and kind of like you suggested. I'd never thought about the name thing before, but
I hadn't either. Someone else out there had mentioned it. I can't take credit for that.
Yeah, but
but it was a very cool thing to read.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to sort of think about. I mean, not to be anti-tinfoil hat, which is a very weird perspective for me to have in any of these videos, but I almost just kind of think that, the episode is entitled The North Pole. Mm-hmm. They didn't release anything that was that Christmassy in the synopsis. Mm-hmm. I could just totally see Phineas and Sarah being in, the final minutes, and you have Gibbs who goes over there and, gives them a couple Christmas gifts, and it's kind of the warm, fuzzy ending, and then that's kind of just it.
I just don't see it going that way. And I'll tell you what. So,
alrighty then.
The Christmas episodes for NCIS are typically more about the team and bringing the team together as family outside of work. And so I just can't see Sarah and Phineas being part of the story. They're not part of the main NCIS team. They're not part of his family. He is getting to know Phineas and he's enjoying a relationship with him, but they're not there yet. Do I think that, of course, he's going to have stuff to give them? Sure. But do I think that they're just brought in so that he can give them some gifts and Christmas cookies? No. There has to be a bigger purpose for this. It can't just be build up to what? Just Gibbs is having this relationship with this kid all season? Where's the bigger purpose? I feel that NCIS and Stephen Frank are really good at putting things in this show for a reason, and that it's not as small as that of just hey, wouldn't it be fun to watch Gibbs with a kid all season? Yeah, I feel like that is fun, but there's also something else. Tinfoil hat. She's a spy.
Okay, see, I think we are building to something with them. I don't think it's just, here's the holiday party. But Phineas is an honorary NCIS special agent now because
absolutely
maybe he gets invited to the holiday party. I don't know, but I think we're building towards something. I'm just not sure if this is the time where we're going to see it. And
I just find it very interesting that Sarah is back in a Ziva episode, that we had Ziva introduced. Shortly after that, we had Sarah introduced, and now we have Ziva's next episode back, and Sarah's in it? That's not a coincidence.
Well, luckily we'll find out pretty soon, but, I will be fine to eat a nice big Christmas helping of crow in the event that I'm wrong on all of this, because if they do pull out some fun twist, as long as it, makes some modicum of sense, I'll be happy with it.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's a part of the story that's going to be intriguing, obviously.
Yep.
But one other part of the story that's interesting is that it does seem as though Adam is going to be back in this episode as well. We don't know, though, if this is just flashbacks like we saw in the premiere.
Yep. There
could be a lot of different sort of functions that this character takes on. We've seen this character show a lot of loyalty to Ziva, and they've got, a long history together.
Yeah.
But, I worry that, something is going to go awry here and that he's going to either flip to the dark side at some point, or maybe he's going to be messed up in something, or he's going to be in danger.
It just feels like he's helped her so much in those flashbacks of hiding out and staying low and all that for all these years that I just don't know what the motivation would be for him to all of a sudden be like, sorry, I'm now working with these guys. She's over there.
It's true, and it would be really weird, and they would have to give him something really enormous in order for him to consider flipping, or he's just really good at playing the long game.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's going to be some more flashbacks, that we're going to see a little bit more of what's happened during her time while she was in hiding, because there hasn't been really any of that. We know that she was in hiding. Where's she been all this time, and what's she been doing? And she's been underground for so long, and if she was still in touch with anybody, it probably was him. It may have been him. I mean, I would like to know what happened during all these missing years.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, how did she get through, her own holiday seasons? How did she handle being away and separate from her family? There's a lot to be mined there. One thing that is important to note, no Michael Weatherly mentioned in the guest cast, seemingly no Tolly mentioned in the guest cast, but I think if one of them is going to show up in this episode, CBS ain't going to reveal that early.
No, probably not. But it is a Christmas episode, and they do like to give us a little bit of cheer, a little bit of happiness, a little bit of something. So even though, you know, Tully's not on the list or Tony's not on the list, I feel like if we're going to have either, it's probably going to be Tully, that we will see something, or at least moving us closer to some sort of reunion.
Yeah.
They want to leave us feeling some sort of joy.
Yeah, I feel like we're probably going to see Tully for sure in the first episode in the new year.
Yes.
I wouldn't be shocked if we see Tony in the first episode of the new year, especially now that I've sort of seen the synopsis for this episode, that it's clear that they're building towards that. And they only knew that they had Cody for 4 episodes, so...
For now.
Yeah, unless they, like, came up with some sort of last-minute pivot where they were like, okay, well, we're gonna bring you back again, maybe for the 400th episode, and that's where we'll bring Tony back. I think we're obviously building towards something pretty big. It's just all a matter of timing.
It's all a matter of timing. I know lots of people out there and us, we're all excited to see this reunion happen, and I feel that it is going to. We all just have to be patient. We know that Michael's working on Bull, that they would have to do some careful maneuvering. They can't shut down Bull to have him come work on NCIS. That's not going to happen. But, you know, could he have come out on a weekend when he's not working? And they could have just thrown some money at the situation. NCIS is CBS's biggest show. It's really makes them a lot of money. It's a great show. They would happily throw a little OT money to be like, okay, you know what? We want to get Michael out here. Anybody want to work the weekend? Yeah, let's all work the weekend. Let's throw some OT money at this and have them do a little bit of something. I don't think we're going to get like as much Tony as we've gotten of Ziva, where we've seen 4 episodes of Ziva, and she's been in pretty much every single scene of the 2 that we've seen already. I just don't think Michael's going to be able to give that kind of time.
No.
He's the star of another show. So I think we're going to see him, and I feel like it's going to be satisfying that whatever time we get him for, Steve and Frank are going to do a good job, and they're not going to let us down, and they're going to give us something that's worthy. It's not about the amount of time, it's about the quality of the time.
Yeah, and that's why I think we're going to have some element of payoff, no matter when it happens. But I think for now, Tiva is that just present that's underneath the tree, and you know, you got to wait to unwrap it, and unfortunately, in this case, you're probably going to have to wait longer than Christmas, but it's still there. It can be, you can leave your tree up until January 7th, everyone.
Yes.
And we'll see what happens then. But anyhow, those are the details that are out there via CBS. I'm sure we'll have more soon. But for now, we want to know from you guys, what do you think is coming on NCIS Season 17, Episode 10? Do you think Sarah is involved somehow with Ziva? What other twists are you expecting? Share in the comments and give us a like, subscribe, and if you want to support us more, just check out the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store, and we'll see you here next time.